a low number of players. Nevertheless, in the bottom left, we do have Druids player DruidzDaax, who is playing in his blue colors today. He's playing the Zerg pieces, and he is also up a game versus his green Terran opponent, mCon.OPTIMUS.
Now, being a TVZ, what I expect from Optimus is going to be a 1 Rax command center. From Dax, it should be a 15 hap 16 pull into 1 gas for speed. But the third, oh, it's going to be a proxy 2 Rax. Oh my goodness, it's an 11 to 12. Oh, it's not proxy, but
it's a Macarex.
Yeah,
It's a
this is not going to get scouted.
No,
like,
it
100% won't be.
It is not. That drone is just going to see the 1 Rax, is going to see the no supply depot and no gas, and we'll just assume that this will be a gasless expansion. Oh my goodness. Is he even going to check the gases? No, he's just desperately trying to get at this SCV, not succeeding. He didn't even check the gas! That's huge! You should always do that. My god.
This is just the sort of thing where it's not complacency, but it's just you're fairly confident from this current state of the metagame that it's gonna be a 1 Rax command center, because 9 times out of 10 that's what goes down. The Overlord is checking around, just checking the normal positions that there could be a proxy Rax in, but now this is something that Dax is not expecting. The spawning pool is not yet done. It all comes down to whether or not the bunker can get placed effectively, because if it is, Dax is going to be in huge problems.
Yeah, if he can place the bunker here at the right next to the ramp, where there's this sort of like a slight curvature of the terrain, that's actually one of the better spots. But overall, I'm not a big fan of ProxyX bunkering the Zerg on this map, because there are better maps to do it on, the Imba bunker placements where you cannot kill the SCVs.
It's going to be a double bunker. And it does get spotted now, so Dax is pulling back, but the one on the low ground is actually really important, because that is going to be exceptionally hard to take out and gives a nice defensive position. That 1 Marine in there, for example, just between, trapped between, is unkillable at the moment. It cannot go down. More barracks coming, more racks coming, bunkers even coming down, and this is now a position where Dax is in serious problems. We're doing the right thing of getting the Spine Crawler and getting the Zerglings out.
Yeah, he has to get a lot of Zergling. He has to be careful not to lose that queen, not to lose those Zerglings. More importantly, he has to keep every single unit of his alive. Very smartly targeting down the SCVs, preventing the bunkers from going up. And those Marines are still alive and kicking, though, and are hiding back rather efficiently, killing all of the Zerglings that Dax had. The Spine Crawler is now up, and but wait a minute, there are no SCVs here, and he has to cancel as a result of losing all of those. He knows he cannot continue on with this, and this was defended rather handily, I would have to say.
That was a nice defense. Picking off those SCVs is exactly what you want to be doing in this situation. But ultimately, this is now a bit of a problem for Dax, because he's only slightly ahead in the worker count, but he lost a queen. That means the lava count is going to be significantly lower for a long period of time. And we can see the follow-up to this is just going to be, Marines are good units, I'm going to get a lot more of them. And it's most likely going to be, I'd imagine, Combat Shield push out with Mass Marine, which is a very, very strong build if the Zerg player does not go for Banelings.
Oh yeah, it is a very strong build, and essentially is a blind counter to Mutalisk play, but yeah, it is going to be Stim. That is very interesting. But Optimus still staying on 1 base. And if this doesn't work, then he's pretty much screwed. He's not going to have medevacs out. But what he will have is, how many racks do we actually have? 6? 6 racks worth of Marines with Stim. He's gonna have a ton of them. Now let's see what tag Dax is going for. He's throwing down the Evolution Chamber, more Spine Crawlers, Roach Warren, no Baneling Nest going fast there. I think he's trying to rush to Mutas. Or
a Baneling Nest is what you need in this situation. Yeah. You have to get the Banelings down, because without that, this many Marines with Stim will just destroy anything else a Zerg can throw at you. It's really, Banelings are the only option, so if Dax doesn't get that Baneling Nest down, it's pretty much GG unless there is some absolutely miracle play out of Dax.
I mean, Stimmed Marines, how many How many do we already have out on the field? Oh my god, 20, 30 Marines and rising. He's producing 6 at a time. Stim is about 1 minute from finishing. This is not gonna look good. We have only 3 lings out on the field, 43 drones, but what is that going to matter?
The answer? Not too much. Even with the roaches coming out, this many Marines is going to be tough. We should see the move out once this next wave of Marines finishes. So here we go. It's not got scouted. There's no map vision at all for DaaX. All of the ACVs getting pulled. And my goodness, I just don't think DaaX can hold this. Even with the roaches, even with this defensive position, even with the 2 spine crawlers, I think it's just going to be too much.
I think so. We have no additional tech, we have no infestors, we have no spire, we have no baneling nest, we have nothing but roaches here to defend. Now, granted, roaches are pretty beefy, but come on, Marines with stim in these numbers, just gonna melt through that.
And here we go, we've got the Marines moving up, stimming like mad. The 2 spine crawlers vanish as if they were never even there. The roaches getting taken down so hard. The queens are trying to join into the battle as well, but we can see even with the drones getting pulled, there is just so much stuff here for Optimus. The hope is, though, the DaaX can hold it off, but it's looking very, very unlikely now, even with more reinforcements coming in. But with no medevacs, Optimus has to be careful not to overstim.
Yes, he has to be careful not to. And we finally have Zerglings in production. That's what you need to synergize with the roaches quite well. More drones being pulled. I think that DaaX actually may be able to just barely do it. Kill off these Marines. No, those Marines just too much. Still remaining alive, and not enough money nor larva remaining for DaaX to produce additional units. 2 more lings, and that's it. No more minerals for anything else, pretty much. And there are still 11 Marines here.
Exactly, these Marines, they are doing some nice damage. There is still more workers for the Zerg than the Terran, but it's not going to matter because now they are all gone. There's no more income. There's enough money to build 1 more drone, but once this roach falls, there are 4 Marines v 2 Zerglings, and that will always favor the Marines. So now, with the aid of mules, Optimus has won this game.
Yeah, he does.
There is, I hate to say it, but there is no possible way for DaaX to get back into this game. It is impossible now, and there is the word.